welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan, and we're back with another Total War Saga Troy teaser. Yesterday's teaser, we were speculating that it could be linked towards a griffin, or a sphinx, depending on who you talk to, but interestingly enough, this teaser now points to a different animal altogether, which is absolutely strange. Well, not really an animal, another mythological creature, the Hydra. Now, before we get into any screenshots, let's talk about the riddle, because yes, there's another riddle, and I'm really bad at these, so thankfully I'm working with other creators to decode them. Alone in body, with audience in tow, an ancient offering, an ever-growing foe. What am I? I must admit this took a while, especially because of one of the screenshots that we're going to look at in just a second, but I was speaking to Cody Bonds and Samurai Warrior of Clan Legio Italica, and we've come to the conclusion that this is actually a Hydra. Creative Assembly are directly referencing a Hydra here for a number of reasons. Well, first it's the whole ever-growing foe. The whole lore or history or whatever you want to call it regarding a Hydra was, especially the Greek one, is if you cut off the head, it'll grow some more and more and more, so it's an ever-growing foe. I must admit that history itself wasn't one of my best classes, so it does help to have Cody help out here a little bit, as it lent to more clarity here. But of course, the riddle itself is not going to be enough, so let's start looking at some screenshots. So our first screenshot here, we have a constellation, which might not mean much, but then again, these types of things have become quite popular with Creative Assembly lately, and in truth, there is some clarity to this. This constellation is actually linked to Greek mythology, and it is known as the Hydra. Very curious that yesterday's video was linked to the griffin, so another mythological beast? It's very strange, especially when we start looking at other screenshots, so let's start moving on. And then we have this second screenshot, which might show us the Hydra itself. The clip itself shows something bubbling in the middle, but then this fin reached up too. It's rather curious. Of course, we know in mythology that the Hydra had a number of heads, so this could be multiple different heads just rising up slowly. It's really curious this time, as of course, this time it's not a sound, it's not a feather, this time we're seeing a fin, and of course, you know, this could be like a whole epic agent thing, but I don't think any of the other epic agents had like any actual monstrous features. Well, barring that of the Minotaur and of course the Cyclops, but I don't know, a lot of people have been speculating that the Griffin itself would be two dudes wearing some feathers and clucking like a chicken or something, but this would be different of course because it's something hiding within the waters of a murky swamp. Obviously you wouldn't be able to be there underwater for a long time. I don't know, this seems like they are trying to hint at mythological beasts. Unless, you know, the Iliad had some mention of a faction of warriors which were Olympic swimmers or something? I'm not too sure, but I really much doubt that. Interestingly enough, I've gone back as I've been reviewing this teaser like 100 times now, and it seems that there is another head, well, gill, fin, something? You can see it there, right? So, as one is ascending, the other one is descending, and of course we have that little bubbling mess in the middle. I don't know, I'm looking at the image right now, it's just confusing, possibly multiple heads. Given what we've seen from two teasers already, this is my take on the situation, and I could be wrong, but let's just jump into it. I think that Creative Assembly are planning a expansion style DLC, very similar to that of Fall of the Samurai for a Total War Saga Troy, but instead of changing the map drastically and so on, it will feature in the same map but have mythological units. This is very similar to that of Total War Three Kingdoms, funny enough, where we had romance and of course records mode. You had the more fantastical side and then the more straight line history in a sense, which might be quite interesting. If that is the case, it might present some new stuff for Total War Saga Troy. We also have to take into account that, look, the game's on Epic, it gets around, what, 6,000 players at the moment? And that's something that had, what, 7 million downloads? Of course, it's the issue with the Epic exclusivity deal, so if they've had to release a game and it's been exclusive on Epic for a year, then it's understandable that the hype has kind of died down, especially when a main platform for a Total War game is usually what? Steam, yeah? So what could Creative Assembly do to bring life to Troy once again after it's finally passed its exclusivity deal? A big expansion-sized DLC which would be absolutely massive with loads of different changes and so on. Now, the main thing with Troy is, of course, a lot of stuff works really well. Say what you want about it, but like the new mechanics and so on is awesome. Like the horde mechanic was revolutionary, and having different resources is absolutely cool too. So mythological units might be the best way to go, especially since this is based on, well, a lot of mythology, let's be very honest here. Again, I could be wrong, the other creators could be wrong too, we're just gonna have to wait and see, but this is looking more and more likely. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a bit of a discussion. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel's been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.